The iPhone 18 Pro is about to cross a line Apple avoided for years, and the reason is not as simple as everyone thinks. Let me explain. So, it's all started back in 2017. Apple dropped the iPhone X at $999, and people thought it had gone too far. Next to Samsung, it looked insane. But then Apple did something nobody expected. Everything got more expensive. The Pro didn't move. Last year, Apple raised it to $1,099, but doubled the storage, so the hike was hidden. And this time, there's no storage trick big enough to hide it. According to a Wall Street Journal report, Tim Cook basically said price increases are unavoidable. And yes, the memory crisis is real. The RAM and storage now cost Apple around 300% more than last year. That alone pushes the build cost up by about 25%. And this is where the price story gets ugly. If Apple kept last year's margin, the iPhone 18 Pro would start around $1,371. Obviously, Apple won't go that far. It'll eat some margin to soften the hit, but at least a $100 hike feels like the floor. Now, memory is only the first problem. Another cost is hiding in the camera. But don't look at the camera count. Both 18 Pro models still keep the triple 48 megapixel setup. The real price bomb is the lens. Apple is expected to add a variable aperture to the main camera. It physically opens and closes to control light. And this is where it gets expensive. According to insider reports, that one component costs Apple around 50% more than the plastic lens it replaces on the iPhone 17 Pro. That's a $40 jump from one camera part alone. So Apple isn't just getting squeezed by memory. It also chose to add another expensive part. That's the problem. Memory is the crisis, but the camera is Apple's choice. And the irony, Samsung put a variable aperture on a phone back in 2018 with the Galaxy S9. So Apple is finally copying Samsung years late, and at the worst possible time. And this is where Samsung enters the story. Right now, the 17 Pro Max still undercuts the Galaxy S26 Ultra by $100. That was one of Apple's quiet advantages. Raise the 18 Pro Max too much, and that advantage disappears. But if Apple keeps the hike small, the pressure moves to Samsung, because Samsung already held the S26 Ultra price to protect sales, even while the same memory crisis squeezed its margins. So next year, the S27 Ultra has a problem, and that is exactly the pressure Apple wants Samsung to face. And the price is not the only problem for Apple here. The actual iPhone 18 Pro chassis leak adds one more concern. The Pro models are expected to get 4 colors. The hero color is dark cherry, replacing last year's orange. But the finish is the problem. Apple is keeping the same anodized aluminum finish as the 17 Pro. The same finish people said chipped within days. Apple saw the complaints and carried it over anyway. And it is not just the crisis Apple wants everyone focused on. It's a costly camera, on a finish people already complained about. Apple's attention went somewhere else this year, the iPhone Ultra. I covered why the iPhone Fold just handed Samsung 7 free months. And it's a wild story. Click right here to watch it. This is Techtics, and I'll see you there.